because these impressions are altering our consciousness or altering our conscious state. More and more impressions, more and more the conscious state becomes heavy. As the conscious state becomes heavy, our awareness comes down. So what is the solution? Should we not interact with this world at all? Should we stop working? In that scriptures, the next work says, no action. It says, renounce your all your actions. That means do nothing. Is it possible to do nothing? And how can we survive? This is where this whole idea of saintlyhood started in India. So the saints supposedly leave all the family, leave all responsibilities, and then they don't wear any extravagant clothes or anything. They just put a robe or some loin cloth, okay, and they just roam around like nomads, singing God. And if somebody gives them food, they eat. If nobody gives them food, they don't eat. And supposedly they renounced all the action. See how we take everything to the extreme. Whereas, in heartfulness is all about balance, not any extreme. We don't have to take the practice to the extreme. We don't have to take this idea of expanding consciousness to the extreme. Be in a balanced state. That's all it requires. Now, being balanced state means we are above all the opposites. When we become above the opposites, that means we can choose. Sometimes it is required to be little bad. Sometimes it is required to be little more good, depending on the situation. Right? If somebody is, robbing you, you don't have to be good to that guy. Oh, take all my belongings because I'm renouncing. Right? So sometimes it is requires that way. Right? Especially when I was traveling to India, if you happen to go to Bombay airport, and that's your port of entry, and if you're carrying any small stuff, anything little expensive, they think, okay, they can make some money out of you. I was carrying some old camcorder. I'm talking almost 22, 23 years back. That is first time after our marriage my wife is traveling with me. Because, I don't go on I never vacationed so far. Because all my weekends are busy giving sessions. Usually on Saturday and Sunday, on holidays, I managed to give 10 one-on-one sessions. 10 or 12 one-on-one sessions. So never had a chance to go on vacation. Alright, so it was like that for me. I couldn't let go that responsibility. I should have renounced my actions. But I did not. Right, so anyway. And so she's always seen me as a nice guy, doesn't, not very aggressive. If somebody says something, I nod my head and move away from the situation. Or I just smile and move away from the situation. Right? And there, I had a camcorder and this guy says, oh, go through the red channel. Red channel means another 6 hours of waiting there. And they'll make sure you give them good bribes. So I said, I don't need that camcorder, take it. To the guy who is doing you have to scan and they'll pull out all these electronics you have. I said, I don't need it, it's an old one, you take it. And then he was like, "Oh, these are new clothes you are buying. How much did you pay for it?" I said, "I don't need it. Take it." And then I took my wife's purse and I said, "Okay, you take this also. We don't need it." Then I took my wallet out. You take this also. Okay. Now you have already decided to rob me. I'll let you rob. You want me to take off my clothes? I'll take off my clothes. I started taking off my shirt. So that guy thought, okay, this is not to mess with this guy. He said he put all the things back and he carried my luggage all the way outside the airport and he got me into the cab. So sometimes it's good to be bad. It requires it. Right? Sometimes it's good to be. My wife did not understood what is this guy doing. Has he gone mad? But she realized later what I was doing. I mean, that's the only way to deal with those guys. How do you deal with them, right? So sometimes it's good to be bad. Sometimes it's good to be nice. It depends, right? Sometimes it's good to be be an idiot to get out of the situation. So I mean, I can give you examples for that also, stories for that, but that's okay. All involves airports because I'm always traveling. You have a lot of airport stories. I can write a book about it, right? So when I'm above the situation, I can be good and bad. When I'm above the opposites. So those who have attended Dayton sessions, when you go above the opposites, when you transcend all the opposites. So when you cross your fifth point, the heart region, correct? The heart region is all about the opposites. When you cross the heart region, you are above the opposites. But you don't have to be crossing the heart region. The moment you convince yourself to be above the opposites, you are already there. The beauty of this thing is, this crossing all these points is not a long journey. In every meditation you can do it. That's why I was telling last week, right? The goal is always in the present. The ultimate goal is always in the present. We don't see it. And yesterday I was telling somebody, Alexander wanted to conquer the world. He did not conquer it later. He already conquered it in his mind. And then he see it manifested. So what are we trying to do through meditation? We are making this intention that I'm already with the goal. So when I am with the goal, the ultimate state, what is the first point got to do with it, second point got to do with it, or even the 10th point got to do with it? I'm already with the ultimate. You see the difference, right? So again, we get into this rotten cycle. Oh, I'm achieving this first point, I'm moving to second point, I'm going to third point. The same way how we are dealing with our lives today. Ambitions, aspirations. I do need to be a millionaire, trillionaire. I need to have this and this and this. Again, the same 9 gates are coming into the picture. 9 gates to the inferno. Do we want to bring that here? Again, the same aspirations, same ambitions. We're going beyond ambitions. We are going beyond aspirations. That is what the goal is. Above all. It's above all. So, we realize that goal in every meditation. We are moving above all. The goal is brought into the present. And after it happens, everything happens in the seed form. When the seed is sown, it has to manifest. The same thing, if you take the example of Alexander, he saw that seed in his mind. He already conquered it in his mind. Later, what he saw is what manifested. That's why that famous statement, Vini, Vidi, Vici. Have you heard of that? He came, he saw, he conquered. That was attributing to the Alexander. Same thing here. That seed is sown. And all that later we have to do is, we have to nurture it, provide the necessary environment for it to mature, sprout. Correct? That's all it is. So that unless the goal is in the present, unless that meditation, I can bring it, that intention. Meditation is nothing but intention. When I intend it, I am already with the goal, I am already with that ultimate state of consciousness. And let it manifest. Allow it. We don't have to force ourselves. Oh, which point am I in today? Doesn't matter. Because my ultimate state is the higher essence, the final goal. All that my focus is on that final goal. So that's why through meditation we bring the goal to the present. So in every meditation we go into that highest state if I allow it, if I intend it. So I don't want to aim anything lower than that. Why should I? When there is a highest possibility, why should I? It's like if you buy a lottery, would you say, I'm okay if I win $10? Or you want to win the jackpot? Which one is a preferable thing? So we want to hit the jackpot in every meditation. And every meditation is filled with that possibilities. It is filled with possibilities and it is plausible, both. Right? So what should I do in my meditation? Intent that the goal I am going to be with that goal, and that goal I am becoming, and let it happen. We intend it, we sit, sure it happens. Oh, I want to be peace today, I want peace today, some calmness of mind today. You're aiming way low. You want you bought a billion lottery and you're aiming for $1 win. The same ticket as the price. Rather, you already had $1. Why do you want to win $1 back again after buying the ticket? Now it is $2. It was $1 before. Right? So all this calmness, peace, and I had no thoughts during my meditation. These are all $1. And I want to aim very high. And it is as much as high I think of, I'm already with it. Right? If I'm already on the 100th floor of the building, the topmost floor, you don't have to tell yourself, oh, I want to be on the 100th floor. You're already there. That is what meditation is making it happen. The moment I intend that I'm already with the goal, I'm already there. There's nothing else need to be done. Only enjoy, cherish that state after that. The moment you make that intention, it happens. But we don't believe in it. But it happens. All that I have to do is just wait there, cherish that state, enjoy it, and retain it. Retain that state. The how do you nurture after the seed is sown is only by retention, right? That's all this whole process of spirituality is about. Actually, spirituality means do nothing. So in a way, in meditation, we are renouncing all action during meditation. And if I retain that state, even while acting, I renounced all actions because I'm maintaining that state. So in mind can manifest into multiple things. I can be attending to all my work still in that highest conscious state. I can be attending to family, I can be cooking, I can be cleaning, still I am in that higher state. So this higher state we assume, just like how we stimulate our mind in all the other things. Like when I'm watching a movie, action movie, there's a gunfight happening, it stimulates my mind. We are listening to music, it stimulates our mind. Reading a good book stimulates our mind. Work, everywhere we are looking for this stimulation. We got used to it. When we come to meditation, nothing is happening because that stimulus is not there. But in meditation, nothing should happen because no stimuli. We're not stimulating our mind. There's no passion here. All passions, compassions, all opposites are gone. In that state, what is that you expect to happen in meditation? Or what is that you can expect in meditation? Truly speaking, nothing. Then nothing should happen. There's no stimuli here. But we are still looking for it. Today I meditated, some great saint appeared in my meditation. Why? Why should he appear in your meditation? Because that's your mental projection. So we are always looking for these experiences, we want to talk about it very passionately. The divine master, revered master, all these things is all, we're trying to create emotion. We are again stimulating our mind. Once, we used to call Chariji, who was the teacher before. One guy asked him, how do we approach this guy, master? So the answer from Chariji was, run towards that blighter as if he doesn't exist. What does that mean? Means remove this idea. Don't glorify this entity called master. The master is not to be glorified. The master is to be used. How do you use that master? Meditate, understand, realize. Through that realization, you need some answers. And then go to this master and tell him, ask him, hey, this is what I am kind of stuck with. Or this is what I am feeling. How can I further move along? When the help comes, then master has some value, disciple has some value add, and master also has some value add. Otherwise, there is no value add by saying, I have a greatest master. He is divine. He achieved the goal. He is in the 15th point, 100th point. What's the use? I have no use. He might be in 120th point. I have no use to me. Unless I use that master, I use that principle. So let's not glorify anything here. It's a very simple practice-based system. That's all I need to think about. What is that in for me? What is the value add I can do to my own life? You don't have to do any value add anywhere to the system or anyone. What value add I can bring to my life by practicing this system? That's all matters. Okay. So what is meditation? Meditation is to bring that goal into the present and meditate. What are we meditating on? The goal itself, the essence of the divine itself within us. And there is no essence coming from outside because it is all pervading. Outside and inside is the same essence. So bring that goal into your present. That's what matters. Unless it is in the present, it cannot happen in the future. Okay. So with that idea, let's meditate today.